Hey fam, quick weekly update on the market starting from BTC from a higher time frame perspective, in this case the weekly time frame. Nothing really changed in regards to what we have discussed previously. BTC has lost a very big diagonal trend line, has now found acceptance below the weekly SMA and below the 100k area, and as long as it remains below the 100k area, we can always speculate on lower levels on BTC going into the next year. Only a reclaim of this 100k zone would turn it macro positive, but for now we don't have any indications that that could be possible. Another index that is very important is the BTC to S&P 500 index. The S&P 500 and other stock markets doing a bit more positively in the last few days in anticipation of another rate cut, but whenever stock markets show weakness, I think that's gonna reflect even more on the crypto market and BTC specifically, because this is still in a negative macro trend after losing this diagonal trend line. So whenever the S&P 500 is showing some weakness, that's gonna show even more on BTC. We're currently at a bearish retest territory, and I think it is possible that going into next year we can reach lower levels for this index. So very important to monitor, especially under yearly open for BTC, but especially if we get a bearish retest of this weekly SMA at some point. One thing that we need to consider as well is the volatility index for the S&P 500, which is now very low. This means that buyers are really getting comfortable, and that's certainly not an environment where you want to buy into. This has been historically a very good take profit area for stock markets, but in this case, why this is important is because it suggests that it is possible that we can get a small pullback on the S&P 500 in the near term, and if that happens, I do expect BTC to struggle even more since it has found acceptance below this 100k zone. So next week we have the FOMC meeting that is certainly important for risk markets and for the dollar as well. We know that we will get a rate cut, that's almost guaranteed. What will be important will be the outlook regarding monetary policy for the next year. That will be important because it will give directional bias for the dollar, which is sitting below the 100 area on the DXY index. And if for some reason the Fed is hawkish or not really open towards more rate cuts next year, that could give a case to the dollar, which could help it flip the 100 area, and naturally that wouldn't be super positive for BTC that is already in a negative macro trend. The correlation between BTC and DXY has been very positive, direct in the last few weeks, so any increase uprise for the dollar would have more negative implications on BTC and vice versa. So something to keep in mind in the next few days and weeks. So I hope this is helpful. Stay safe trading over the weekend and take care, fam.